And it's all about trying to make sure that you avoid the carnage down in towards turn 1. You can see Cody Webb on that number 10 machine, Taddy Blazusiak with the inside line on the 111 KTM. And all the riders now just getting ready for the 5-second board and waiting for the gate to drop. Good start off the line there from Blazusiak, tries to elbow his way down the inside, but it looks like it was Haker and Gomez down in towards turn 1. You can see there Gomez on the 89 machine and Colton Haker on the number 10 machine, both of them down at turn 1 here. Of course, for Colton Haker, he was able to set that Super Pole time, but he's going to struggle to get that bike going again and try and score points in this race alongside his teammate Alfredo Gomez. Gomez, of course, the winner of Final 3 in Poland last time, and he's down at turn 1 as well. So really easy to have a bit of carnage down in towards turn 1, as we saw there. Taddy Blazusiak leading the way with a red flag out, so clearly just trying to clear the way from those riders down at turn 1. Weren't quite able to get them cleared away, so we'll have a red flag. So we'll stop this race. You can see Gomez, he's in quite a bit of pain down there at turn 1. Gomez, of course, his season was ruined last year by a knee injury. He injured himself after round 3 in Malaga, and now just waiting to get some medical attention down there at turn 1 after that lap 1 crash here in Germany. You can see how Gomez is, but you can see the two Husqvarna riders just getting close to one another down in towards turn 1. Colton Haker just trying to take that inside line, and Gomez with nowhere to go, but so easy to do that down in towards turn 1. You can see Blazusiak and Cody Webb able to make it through very cleanly, but it's the two Husqvarna riders that take each other out, and then you can see just how much of a delay it is for everyone else. Haker had his bike trapping him down into turn 1, and Gomez just looked like he just came down a little bit awkwardly on himself, but Gomez was able to at least get himself upright to try and help his teammate as well. You can see the Husqvarna riders just getting some attention down in towards that section of the track. Blazusiak and Cody Webb just trying to see exactly what happened, try and understand what happened down in towards turn 1. You can hear that from Cody Webb, then he just said that it felt or it sounded like maybe it was Colton Haker just was wide open down in towards that first corner. Very easy just to have a bit of a clash with one another. Here is Colton Haker.
Yeah, I had a good jump and then Taddy ran right, pushed me wide, ran Gomez, like I didn't know where to go. He just slammed me and then I got shoved into Gomez and we just both went in the wall. Like I had no control. So it was pretty unsportsmanlike in my opinion.
Thank you.
Colton Haker not mincing his words down there in the Confirma area as the riders get ready for when this race will resume. He's saying that Taddy Blazusiak a bit aggressive down in towards turn 1, basically just left his 111 machine down the inside, and Colton Haker had nowhere to go. Let's see though what Kevin Gallis has to say.
Can you just tell us what happened at the start there?
I don't know. Like I missed my start and the guys went down in front of me. I hope Alfredo's alright.
Gallis there just doing his best to try and stay out of trouble down into turn 1. But so easy down in towards that 90-degree right-hander just to get yourself caught up in other people's accidents. And as you can hear from Colton Haker, I'm sure we'll see a replay of it again later on. Just Taddy Blazusiak just trying to hold that inside line. Of course, for Blazusiak, he's just trying to make a block pass down the inside. He's trying to make sure that he puts his bike down into the area where he's able to come out of that corner out front. Haker with that second lane though, just he was trying to be able to sweep through on the outside of Taddy Blazusiak, not quite able to make that move though. But the riders back on the starting line in the gates, just getting themselves ready for this race to be restarted. Hopefully we'll hear about Alfredo Gomez's condition soon. Gomez on that 89 machine was able to get through Super Pole, finished 4th fastest. He had strong opening round to the year in Poland where he finished 4th overall behind Haker, Webb and Taddy Blazusiak. Gomez, of course, picking up the win in Final 3. Cody Webb still awaiting his first victory of the 2019 season. But for Cody Webb, he finds himself only a point behind Taddy Blazusiak in the championship standings as we get ready for Final 1 to restart here in Riesa. Kevin Gallis, the home hero, just getting himself ready in the starting gate to head back out now as well. The riders all prepared down there, just waiting for the 5-second board, and then the riders will try and make a clean getaway down in towards turn 1 this time. Taddy Blazusiak, as you can see, just trying to ready himself down there. It's all about just reacting to the gate drop and trying to make it as clean a start as possible, judging the grip from the dirt down in towards turn 1. Getting ready for the gate to drop here in final 1. In race, the gate drops. Blazusiak gets down that inside line once again. And it looks like Blake Goodside with a really good start as well. Goodside up into 3rd position there, but Colton Haker just answering straight back on Blazusiak. And Haker out to prove a point on Blazusiak. Unfortunately for Haker, though, as you can see, he's just fallen all the way down the field there, trying to get that bike going again. It looks like he's down into about 10th spot there for Colton Haker. Down in towards off that jump. It looked like he was just doing everything he could to get down the inside of Taddy Blazusiak after what happened in the opening start of today's race. You can see the Blazusiak come from the front from Kevin Gallus. Gallus not quite able to make the jump, but just in front of Blake Goodside. So the 2 former junior world champions, 2nd and 3rd. The reigning Super Enduro world champion Cody Webb is in 4th, with Taddy Blazusiak, the 6 times champion, out in front at the moment. Blazusiak on that 111 machine won both of the opening races in Poland, and then was able to claim the overall victory by finishing 4th in final 3 in Poland. You can see here with Blake Goodside just coming under pressure from Cody Webb. Webb's going to try and get down the inside. And at the top of your screen, you can see Webb able to make that move. He'll now try and give chase to Kevin Gallus. Gallus on that 71 machine. He'll just be trying to hold off for as long as he can Cody Webb. We saw this last time out in Poland as well, with Kevin Gallus able to have a strong start, but ultimately made a mistake and that allowed Taddy Blazusiak in Poland to get through. Cody Webb's going to try and do the same here, just pressure a mistake out of the number 71 rider. And you can see with Cody Webb on that number 1 KTM, just holding that inside line, just applying pressure here on Gallus as they roll through the cylinders down in towards the matrix section of the lap. This is where Cody Webb made his move last time around, makes his move once again. Nice smart move down the inside of the right-handed hairpin there. Cody Webb on that number 1 machine. Nice moving from Cody Webb. He's now up into 2nd spot, just behind Taddy Blazusiak. You can see the gap between Blazusiak on that 111 machine. Back marker there, Paul Torres, and that's Cody Webb. So Cody Webb with 6 seconds to make up on Taddy Blazusiak. Key thing in all of these races here in Riesa will be just avoiding mistakes. We saw Colton Haker make a mistake on lap 1. He's down in 6th spot now, so he can now pick up a couple of places, and he'll try and just make sure he's able to get himself up into those top 3. There's still a lot of racing to be done here in final 1. 3.5 minutes plus a lap here at Riesa, and with so many areas, as you can see with Blazusiak getting caught out over one of the logs through the rock section. Had to do a little bit of handling to try and just get his momentum going again, but Blazusiak able to maintain that lead from Cody Webb, but Webb pulled back 4.5 seconds last time around, and Webb on that number 1 machine chasing down Taddy Blazusiak. Webb hasn't won a final so far this season. You can see there, it looked like it was Diego Vieira just getting caught out through the right-hander, but Cody Webb just rolling through the cylinders. This is where he's been strong all the way through this opening practice sessions and the Super Bowl sessions, as you can see, just able to close in on Taddy Blazusiak. David Leonov just getting in the way down in towards the sand, into the rock, but both Cody Webb and Taddy Blazusiak able to make light work of him. Blazusiak just stretching out a little bit of a lead last time around, pulled out just about a second there on Cody Webb. Webb 2 seconds behind as we come into the final 2.5 minutes of this final. Gallus still up in 3rd. Colton Haker's managed to move his way up into 4th spot. Colton Haker doing a good job recovering from that opening lap incident. You can see Blazusiak out in front just doing everything he can to avoid mistakes. It's just about maintaining his rhythm, about hitting his markers, just being precise through this. You can see a crash down through the rock section, and that looks like it's good. It's Gumera that's come a cropper through there, Cargill as well, and they're just blocking the path there for Cody Webb and Taddy Blazusiak. Blazusiak not using the ramp, Cody Webb using the momentum down in towards the turn. Blazusiak able to still maintain that lead, but as you can see, Cody Webb 2 seconds faster last time around. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this race, plus a lap of course. So Cody Webb, he is applying the pressure. He used Germany last year as the championship charge for him, manages to charge his way through down the inside of Taddy Blazusiak. And Cody Webb now up into the race lead. Can Blazusiak answer back? A mistake there from Blazusiak, the Polish rider, just losing ground now. Just doesn't seem to have the rhythm of Cody Webb on that number 1 machine. Webb just able to just eke out a little bit of a lead through the sand down in towards the rock. This is where Cody Webb's trials background really is paying off through those technical sections down through the rocks, down in towards the pivot turn with just over a minute remaining. So we've probably time for 2 laps left in this moto. And as you can see for Cody Webb, just coming through that inside line, nice and easy for Cody Webb. Look, he was just getting in front of Kevin Gallas, lapping Gallas. Gallas, he's down into third spot now because Colton Hager managed to pick him off. Hager up into third, so Hager doing a good job to put himself into what would be 15 championship points at the moment, but a big gap behind Blazusiak to Colton Hager. So for Colton Hager, it's all about just trying to maintain that third position. Taddy Blazusiak on the 111, he's trying to just get himself closer to Cody Webb. Webb comes across the line for the penultimate time into the final 30 seconds plus a lap here in final one in Riese. The German crowd really have been treated to a special race here for Cody Webb. Webb being able just to pick his way through each of the sections. A little bit more comfortable through this section of the track than Taddy Blazusiak. That's where he's been able to make up a lot of his ground. Cody Webb out in front and comfortably out in front from Blazusiak. Blazusiak, the championship leader coming into this final, but he'll lose that championship lead to Cody Webb unless he can get back in front. But Cody Webb on that number one machine, just looking so comfortable. Another mistake there from Blazusiak. Cody Webb now one lap from the flag. You can see a bit of traffic in front of Leon Sol on that 28 machine, the next rider that Cody Webb is going to try and lap. Is he going to have to go around the outside? He goes around the outside of Sol, but still able to hold that low line through the lane choice. See now with Cody Webb. Last year he picked up 2 victories here in Riese. He used that as the foundations for his championship assault, and he's trying to do the exact same thing here today with this final one. Only a couple of corners left, only one real obstacle left. Through the rocks, over the log, now just over the ramper, just taking over the jumps now. Cody Webb able to pick up his first final victory of 2019. And the reigning world champion able to pick up a very impressive opening race victory here in Germany. Third victory in 2 years, just in front of Taddy Blazusiak. Blazusiak will cede the championship lead to Cody Webb. But Colton Hager just trying to get himself through to the flag now as well. Hager's up in third spot just before the Kevin Gallas. And Hager, after that mistake at the start of the race, he'll count his blessings to be able to pick up these all-important 15 championship points. Good recovery ride from Colton Hager. We saw him crash with his teammate Alfredo Gomez at turn 1 before the red flag. We saw him crash on lap 1 with Taddy Blazusiak, and now able to pick up those 15 points for third. But it's all about Cody Webb taking that victory here.